Collaborative storytelling. Smartphone filmmaking has the potential for transdisciplinary research, as mobile video is omnipresent and can make valuable contributions for research projects and agendas for government and cultural organizations in democratic societies. Collaborative storytelling will outline my creative arts research for Yambiak Council, Victorian Government, and the Goethe Institute. This video essay will focus on community engagement and illustrate how research into collaborative storytelling can expand existing story forms and formats. Through the application of practice-led research, I further defined egalitarian values and equity through mobile storytelling. In 2012, I was interviewed for the next web issue, The Future of Mobile, alongside experts in the world of mobile media, such as Howard Rheingold, author of SmartMob, The Next Social Revolution, which was published in 2002. He foreshadowed how pervasive and mobile media is changing the ways people interact. 8 years ago, I pointed out that one should not only consider mobile media as a screen media like TV or desktop computers, but a social, interactive, and multi-nodal network media that links communities, provides new insights through visual communication, while providing access in many respects to a global audience. The notion of sociability and connectivity are and will be key in the future of mobile media. I still very much agree with the statement, but would like to substitute visual communication with storytelling. Before the iPhone 4S, which introduced broadcasting standard video in 1080p in 2011, mobile filmmaking was driven by a distinctive visual aesthetic, which created novel experiences. A detailed discussion in my chapter A Decade of Mobile Moving Image Practice is published in the Routledge Companion to Mobile Media, published in 2014 by Gerhard Goggin and Larissa Hjort. Nowadays, smartphones with apps like Filmic Pro and an external microphone, a gimbal or a tripod, and Luma Fusion or Adobe Rush are not only TV studios or editing suites in your pocket, smartphones afford novel connections with communities through storytelling. Last year, I worked on 3 projects that exemplify how I co-created stories with diverse communities that might not always be well represented in the mainstream media. Tales from Yambiak is an online series of smartphone stories co-created with rural communities in Victoria, Australia. Working with social scientist Hilary Davis from the Social Innovation Research Institute, we filmed the townships of Rupanyup, Murtora, Minyup and Belua, which are more than 4 hours drive northwest from the city of Melbourne. A rough cut was produced in the co-driver's seat in Adobe Rush, editing on a mobile device, and then synced through the cloud for final edits in Premiere Pro. The entire storytelling process was approached through conversation with the community in rural Victoria, from scouting locations to selecting interviews, submitting extra smartphone video footage, and editing feedback session, online and in person. This collaborative storytelling approach brought multiple perspectives and voices to the project and allowed the community to create stories, or very much their stories about their places and sites. Another example is the Opera project. These videos bring awareness to the stories of empowered, resilient, active older people in the East. Opera stands for Older People, Equity, Respect and Aging. By means of filming with a smartphone, a tripod and external microphone, I could work with communities that had no experience with interviewees or media training. In workshops, themes were explored and participants for stories selected. Senior citizens in the Eastern Metropolitan Region of Melbourne wanted to challenge ageism, age discrimination, and elder abuse with messages about positive journeys of aging. Working with a team of media and communication researchers, including Diana Borsio and Anthony McCosker, as well as Hilary Davis, these smartphone videos created an engaging resource in addition to the policy reports that were created for the Victorian state government. Collaborative storytelling provides opportunities to engage and change one-person perspective. How can we understand what environmental issues mean to people from different countries? Nucleus is a transmedia experience that celebrates and creates awareness about local nature and the environment through smartphone filmmaking. I co-produced an 11-minute smartphone film responding to the question in collaboration with 9 smartphone filmmakers from 7 Australian countries at the Goethe Institute in New Zealand. The Eco smartphone film was inspired through elements of indigenous storytelling and through kaitiakitanga created new affinities and connections with people and places. This Maori concept denotes stewardship and care for the world around us, and in combination with smartphone filmmaking facilitated a democratic approach to storytelling, exploring issues of the environment and sustainability. The creative concept included community engagement through smartphone filmmaking workshops in New Zealand, Aotearoa and Australia, in combination with an open call for eco-smartphone films via MINA, the Mobile Innovation Network and Association. The website had 9,922 visits and streamed content 16,282 times. The social media generated 104,616 interactions and reached 4.9 million users. During the screening, the German ambassador Stefan Krawiecki praised Nucleus. It is an innovative approach to sustainability and ecology, which are issues that are extremely important to governments all around the world. Sarah Meets, the founder of Track Zero, an organization that aims to inspire transformative climate action through the arts, said these smartphone films help to democratize discussions about climate change. Smartphones are not only great content creation and video production equipment, mobile media also provides new opportunities to open up storytelling to a more collaborative approach for community engagement. In an article for the magazine NTRO Non-Traditional Research Outcomes, which is entitled The Best of Times for Emerging Filmmakers, Screen Producers and Creatives, I argue that storytellers are not only contributing to the media industry, but also create innovative processes to engage diverse communities on a subject matter that mentions to them. Writing in documentary across platform, Zimmermann develops an inspiring account that demonstrates a case for creative smartphone filmmaking as an intervention. In Toward a Theory of Participatory New Media Documentary, Patricia Zimmermann argues for an engagement study and provides a recognition for a diverse documentary ecology that thrives beyond character-driven narrative arch, the genre-infused feature documentary, the heavily resourced and corporized interactive documentary, and the documentary infusion in the gallery. She says we are living in one of the most exciting periods of documentary. The documentary turn in the biennales, the participatory turn, the digital turn, the post-colonial turn, and the Anthropocene turn shore up our theories and histories. Zimmermann defines her argument for small-scale, local sustainability, modestly resourced, long-time frame collaborative projects which are often ignored by festival museums and new media convenings, scholars, and sees these as utopian imaginary. But only if we can imagine these possibilities, we can work in this direction. As a filmmaker working with smartphones and enabling communities to tell their stories, I hope this work can contribute to the unresolved realm of participatory new media collaborative documentary and build on collaboration, collectivity, engagement, politics, and processes. These characteristics are reflected in Tales from Yambiak Shire, the Opera Project, and Nucleus. I would like to exemplify these projects as participatory new media projects as they are very much horizontal, place-based production. They emphasize process and ongoing recalibrations. They often operate in non-confrontational modalities, creating space for multiple dialogues. I would like to exemplify these projects as what Patricia Zimmermann outlines as participatory new media projects. She defines them as horizontal, place-based productions. According to her, they emphasize process and ongoing recalibrations. They often operate in non-confrontational modality, creating space for multiple dialogues on conflictual issues rather than a singular deductive exposition. In the above described project, a collaborative approach was part of the production process. A number of meetings were conducted online and in person, before filming, during filming, and after filming. A story canvas was utilized as a model to map out the collaborative smartphone documentaries. When working with a smartphone, one should remember that these tools are a fusion of a communication and lens-based media. The storytelling approach was based upon conversation. Decision-making was based on community discussions, and rough cuts were shared for feedback and sometimes collaborative editing sessions. Rather than developing a singular narrative through the story, these projects are encounters and conversation starters. The online dissemination means that their presentation can take multiple forms and formats across screenings and platforms. Another key issue, as defined by Patricia Zimmerman, was revealed in all case studies, which is the place-based quality. Tales from Yambiak focused on community and regional Victoria. The lived experience in small community is distinctive from the everyday life in metropolitan areas. Opera captured the multiplicity of dialogues relating to aging and presented senior citizens demonstrating their active contributions to society. Nucleus demonstrated multiple approaches and understanding towards ecology. Writing in the poetics and politics of polyphony towards a research method for interactive documentary, Judith Aston and Stefano Odrecchio draw upon their presentation at IDOCS, the Interactive Documentary 2018 symposium held in Bristol. Aston and Odrecchio develop an approach using Mikhail Bakhtin's concept of polyphony, which, I quote, consists of independent voices which are fully equal, which become subjects of their own right without needing to serve the ideological position of the author. One of their key provocations for this research is interrogating the multiple. Multiplicity of aesthetics, multiplicity of narratives, multiplicity of authors, multiplicity of realities, and multiplicity of screens. When sitting in this presentation, I thought that smartphone filmmaking could be part of this multiplicity. The multiple is something that I would like to relate to smartphone filmmaking within the contemporary mediascape. We are presented with multiple aesthetics: horizontal, vertical, 1x1, pixel, micromovies, selfies, handheld, TikToks, Instagram, and so on and so forth. Smartphone filmmaking narratives reach out into the world of Hollywood and first-person filmmaking. Narratives are remixed according to the authors. We are the authors and the audience. The smartphone is an equalizer. It provides a gateway to multiple realities. And of course, smartphones are not only cameras, but also screens. One of their key words is mobilization. This summarizes the key concept for the above described collaborative storytelling projects. Their stories are lived experiences. To quote from Aston and Odrecchio, in this regard, the co-creation, interactive potential, the shift from the representational paradigm to an experiential paradigm becomes an asset. The shift enables the user-interactor to enter into a dialogue with material. All interactants are pushed to more performative engagement, a process in which all become co-writers, co-authors, co-creators, co-makers, co-editors, and in the end, co-researchers. The aim of collaborative storytelling is to create a community approach for storytelling, and its objective is to drive engagement and to create an open dialogue on issues emerging out of the storytelling process. To conclude, please have a look at the website and the YouTube channel. Please feel free to contact me via social media or good old email for any feedback or comments. Thanks.